first architect.
Okay.
Yeah, King of Atsuno. I don't know if you've been to Tokyo, but there's a old Tokyo station with a train. That was designed by him. He was one of the first actually graduate from Imperial College of Engineering at the Tokyo University, and he became the first architect. But then they established Zoka Gakkai, the Institute of Building Houses. And that was based on RIPA, and it's supposed to be sort of first sort of a professional entity to deal with many issues about professions. But then Hitoshi proposed Zoka is such a narrow meaning. Let's actually change it to Kenchiku. Kenchiku has much broader meaning, and it's not so engineer specific. It has more sort of a deep sort of implication by artistic sort of activity. And
Mark, is the bigger distinction, I'm reading the line there, is it that it goes beyond engineering and includes aesthetics or art? Is that
Yes.
the implication? Right.
Zoka is more like a building house. So, and then what happened was that in Japan, the biggest issue was how you transit from city or the building made out of wood and paper, which could easily be actually destroyed by fire or earthquake. And then unfortunately, there's two major earthquakes in place, and one of them burned totally the entire Tokyo. And that pushed this first professional entity, an architectural world, to go to more engineering. How to build some more flammable building, how to create something such a sort of an anti-earthquake structure. That pushes the first professional entity more towards engineering and academia.
And that's in that period?
Yeah, that happened. And that happened. Then what happened so that Tatsuno happily became Shikigakai, that's the kind of a idea. And because the whole institution was taken over by engineers and scholars, and become more academic entity. So he decided we need to create another entity called Kenchikushi Kai. It's like Kenchikushi means architect, Kai means association. So now there's a spread so that Kenchikushi Gakkai. Sorry, there's too much Japanese term, but the first professional entity got spread to more academic entity and to more professional entity because of that differences.
Two different groups.
One became more engineering oriented, more scientific scholarly. The other one is more artistic and more sort of more practice. Then World War II. And then another thing is after the destruction of World War II, government decided to apply license system. But it didn't work start with this professional entity because there's two entities which fighting. So government initiated the license. So what happened is they established this registered architect sort of first degree architecture engineer. So that created another, see, the building standard law and registered architects law were created in the 1950s in order to provide the minimum necessary building environments of building as a governmental policy for possible recovery. And then this law does not guarantee the architect as a profession, but a qualified engineer known as Hitoshi. So what happened was, remember the kind of entity more professional oriented, had a program because education was used for this to apply architects as an engineer. So then many people said, no, we are not the architect. We will deal with more artistic expression. So they decided to spread again. So now registered architectural engineer and architects were spread.
Are they both registered or?
Yes.
They're both registered.
But registered meaning this is the only official register, right? But this includes maybe architects working for construction companies. You don't have to belong to this entity to have a license, because the licensee is taken care by the government. So if we actually go back and look at what happened is a spread, right? Western architecture and traditional sort of a Japanese architecture and the tradition of master builder. Indian university spread so that more towards academicism and towards profession, and profession spread, architects, engineer, and so there are at least 4 professional entity exist, and they are claiming different type of art, different kind of notion of architecture, which is maybe some are more builder-oriented, more engineer-oriented, more artist-oriented, or academic-oriented.
Can you characterize, this is a very big question, but can you characterize proportionally how much of each operates?
I don't
Is
know.
there more of one than the
It's
other?
overlap, but there's a full professional entities in Japan, and they don't get along. But also there's a couple of people who belongs to multiple organizations. So like I might be in a 2 organization, and the other people in 3.
What about the super multinational companies, Kajima, Sumitomo, that employ hundreds, if not more, architects in their construction company? Is that?
They individually, they probably all
Different groups, all in one.
So what's the situation for the education gap? Right here, you have a NAAB, check sort of accredited program, and then there's a standard. And there's a clear definition of a profession, let's say, and then the sort of defined relationship between academic. At least there's a mechanism to see if the sort of knowledge is sufficiently provided at the school. They can check it and then see, okay, therefore this school is accredited, and then if you go to this school after a couple of years, you can take an exam. In Japan, it is 4 different entities. If it's a government, is the government doing it? The government does not anything about the companies. So what happens? The truth, this is one of the photograph. The truth is that Japanese art education, the Department of Architecture, is not about raising architects. Just they provide general education to educate the people who work in the architecture-related sort of businesses. So let me just go really quickly. Most of the school or the department is part of the faculty of engineering. Only this much belongs to fine art, domestic science. So it's engineering. Still, academia is dictated by the entrance exam is very generic, and a curriculum. Architecture classes are offered in 4, 5, 6 semesters. The ratio of the credit for the more solid design classes, the necessary credit to graduate is only 14%. So here, the education is mostly based on students. The UCLA studio happens 3 times a week and maybe 4 hours each time. It's not the case here. And also, they have laboratory system, which is different. Meaning, if you become like a senior, you have to be part of the laboratory, and then each laboratory is actually specialized in a different field of architecture. So, architecture history, planning, urban analysis, structural engineering, environmental engineering, architectural material, urban design, architectural design. So only probably 5% of the students become architect. The rest will be maybe the contractor or a researcher, or there are so much businesses related to architecture. So in a way, they are really sort of raising students to serve for the large architectural community, not to the architectural architect community. And also they require to submit the paper to graduate of the design.
Right.